Well, ladies and gentlemen, the member of government team is Agnetis Afriani Basir. The stage is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for a chance given. Today we have a motion. This House believes that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. And in this position, I strongly agree with this motion. What my argument that I want to deliver today is, first, celebrity is not role model for all women. The second one, public manipulation. And the third one is K-pop industry lovers being suicide. Before I deliver my argument, I want to extend this motion. It is very different from the opening government. First, I want to rebut the first and the second speaker of opposition team. The leader of opposition told that every people have a diversity of the standard of beautiful, have the uniqueness, glamourosity, and everything. But remember that behind all of that, woman as a victim. You are sacrifice a woman to be your object market. Remember that. So all your reason that you have thoughts about is very useless because you made the woman and you increase a woman to be a victim. You really agree to sacrifice women through this K-pop industry. And the second one is, you told that the K-pop industry is like a trend. It will lose someday, and it will change by the other trends. But remember, you are a social being. Even though you are free to choose your standard, but remember that psychologically you will be affected by the trend. So it will affect the global. It's not like you think that it will lose one day. You are a social being, remember, and it will affect your psychology. The trend will, grow and raise in yourself. Okay, now I want to deliver my argument about celebrity is not role model for all women. You know that celebrity, especially the K-pop industry, is not a role model for human life, especially women in the world. I mean that the artists from Korea cannot change their self. They just adapt their lifestyle, but it's totally not change their originality of their self. So it's not become a standard that you think that the beautiness of Korea is become a standard of beautiful. It's not. You're really wrong on that. And this time, another is the important point. You just talk about the woman who affected by the K-pop industry. But don't you remember that? There is a lot of artist women in Korea. They also affected by what they do to another people, around to another people. Become an artist is not an easy way. They must pay so many ways to be a best artist in the world. Now, in Korea itself, in the country, to become an artist is not an easy way. They must follow the training in that before they debut. So they force themselves to be the standard artist like the previous artist. So it's hard for the artist the new artist to follow the standard. It must force themselves, and it will build the stress and depress to the artist itself. For example, I will give you the example whose artist that being depressed and after that they choose to suicide. Sully FX and Go Arakara, both of them force themselves to follow the admired idol. You know that they being depressed because the standard of citizens, like the previous artist before, it not just talk about the woman, the friends, but it's talk about the artist itself. It's kill down their psychologists. It will become their depressed, stress, and everything to feel the happiness in other opinion. It is bad. So we must oppose this K-pop industry. It don't make it like the trend. And oh yeah, before I forget, sasang, K-pop industry lovers being a sasang. It will bring bad effect for the artist itself and for the friends. The sasang means that people being very fanatic with their idol who they love more, and it can give bad impact for idol itself and the fans itself. For the artist itself, it will disturb their privacy, and they must follow. They must make themselves like the object of the money, because they must sell the product from the company, so their friends will follow that, even that their self cannot accept that product. So I want to make highlight my statement that I really agree with this statement. We must oppose the K-pop industry, and that I'm really proud to be the closing government. Thank you so much.
The member of government spent 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And the government whip is Paulus Ruteng. The state is yours.
Okay, today I would like to paraphrase today's motion. Today's motion is this House believes that feminist movement should aggressively oppose the K-pop industry. So K-pop industry is a global effect. There is standard that appears in the K-pop industry. And it is all because it is globally, it affects everyone, the women in this world. So because of this K-pop industry, it caused women portrayal, in which the women are being asked to be like this, to be like that, according to the K-pop standard. For example, the women should have white skin or fair skin, should have straight hair like the K-pop, to have a beautiful skin without any scars in their body. And also, this K-pop industry gives or affect or impact on the discrimination of women, because the industry is because of the glorification of the women by the industry. All of these hard work and good quality talents, that is a sacrifice that the feminist movement rejects. And our Prime Minister has stated that everyone is unique. Yes, we need to remember that God created us uniquely. God created us differently from one another, even from those of K-pop artists or those who are in the K-pop industry. Therefore, we need to respect the diversity that God already created. We need to love ourselves, to love whatever God has given us. The diversity makes our lives beautiful, makes our lives colorful and flexible. And every one of us should be able to live in the multicultural backgrounds, because it is beautiful when each one of us can live in this diversity. And the second thing from the government team is that beautiful standard is understood relatively for everyone. What I believe is beautiful is not what the other believes. what the other believes as beautiful is not the same as I think it's beautiful. So there is no standard. Everyone has their own idea of beauty. However, even though it is relative, we need to accept it. We need to respect it. We cannot submit ourselves to the K-pop standard, to the K-pop industry, because it is human standard. God has created us without any standard. God has given us the beauty without any standard. It is relative to everyone. And the third, that from the government team, is that women are become the victims of this K-pop industry. So if you see whatever is being offering by the K-pop industry, behind this, women are become the victims. They are the victims. The money, they spend a lot of money, spend a lot of energy, time, even they sacrifice themselves, their body, just to be like that of K-pop. How can you imagine that you work hard, you collect a lot of money just to follow, just to meet their standard? It's really something wasteful or useless. So, and the fourth is that celebrities are not the role model, because K-pop industry are mostly celebrities. They are want to make everyone become the artist, but you need to understand that celebrities are not the role model of beauty. Their beauty is different. Their beauty is manipulating by the production of skincare or something like that. There are also sacrifices there because they need to sacrifice their money to buy the beauty product just to meet the K-pop standard. And in this K-pop industry, because of the standards they are given to the women, actually they also exploit women there. Because they force women to follow their standard, to follow their pattern, while this women or this woman, they see or they themselves have their own beauty. They just follow this because it is a trend. But don't submit yourself to the trend. Even though we cannot reject the trend, but we need to come to our sense that we need to stand on our own feet. Don't submit ourselves to this K-pop industry. That is why the feminist movement really opposed aggressively this kind of movement, the K-pop industry movement. I'm proud to propose this motion.